How are you doing today, sir?
100%, 100%. Been out the country for a month, so man, I'm just happy to be back.
Yeah. Looking fresh. What inspired you fashion show?
Today was man, Nasimba for you, man. You know that's a new thing I'm rocking.
Yeah.
Nasimba for you. Make sure you guys go check it out online. You know, Ugandan brands. I'm supporting Ugandan brands at the end of the day, and of course,
Yeah.
it's hip hop, so I got the Timberlands on as well. You know, but
Everything is on fleek.
yeah, well, trying. You know, they'll be stepping on you and we in the rain and everything, but we
Yeah.
good. We survive.
We should. So, HiPipo what? Why? What can people expect?
I think for me, I always want to appreciate,
Yeah.
and especially because you know, like I just said, I celebrated my 20 years
Yeah.
in the industry, successful concert. For me, I want to see the new artists, the new talent.
Yeah.
That's my main interest. You know what I mean? I want to see the new blood who's taking over these thrones from us, who's taking over these crowns,
Yeah.
who's taking over these kingdoms, you know, who's basically going to make a splash. For me, it's about what these artists are going to be doing in the future. So I'm really interested in those artists. And of course, I will also want to get surprised by the actually been there for a long time
Yeah.
and see what's happening with them. At the end of the day, we come together to celebrate each other. That's what the awards are all about. And yeah, man, so there's no way I could miss it. I'm under the weather, you know, jet lag, everything, but I made sure that I came through for my people.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing to always support one another because if other people can do it, what about Ugandans ourselves? Why can't we empower ourselves? You know? Apart from that, what advice can you give to a young man out there to avoid stress and wasting time?
Avoiding stress is basically keeping yourself busy.
Yeah,
Stress stress is the combination sometimes of laziness,
yeah,
not getting done what you're supposed to get done.
yeah,
So if you're in a situation where you haven't completed what you're supposed to complete,
yeah,
that's when you get stressed because you have to do everything last second. If you have to do everything last second, you're stressed. So you know what I mean, just like have a steady workflow, man.
yeah.
The more steady you are, the more steadier you work. Keep busy. You know, that's when you go far, man. But that thing of working and then being lazy for 6 months, working, being lazy, doesn't work, man. You need to be consistently working without stressing yourself.
Yeah. So guys, keep working, keep focusing. I've been here with Navio. You know how we do it. We always keep the fun live and direct. Then you mind if I get some tips?
That's all good, man. Absolutely.
Navio, before you go any further,
Yes.
talking about artists whom you've inspired, I had one of the time that
One second.
Banner Boy inspired you. Sorry,
Nope.
you inspired Banner Boy to be one of the artists he is right about now. So, how do you see the person whom you really inspired and is now rocking the whole world?
Man, listen. That's one of the guys. I mean, he has so many inspirations, you know. So I can't say like I inspired him, but I know that we've always been fans of each other's style.
All right.
That's for sure. So to see Burna Boy move from that kid that I knew to Madison Square Garden in the States to selling out the O2 Arena,
Yes.
to see him doing all of that, man, it's a big plus. I'm impressed. I'm chuffed. I'm proud. I feel like my little brother is, you know, he's taking over the world, man. So yeah, big up to Burner for doing such. And I'm glad I was part of the journey, you know, in whatever capacity.
Talking about the craft which you really do, and it's too amazing.
Yeah.
Talking about the collaboration which you did with other international acts, for example,
Yeah,
Kelly.
yeah.
What was the magic behind that song?
I mean, collaborations with people like R. Kelly, that was purely label based. You know, I had just signed to Sony. Sony were like, this is what we're doing with all the artists that we signed around Africa. We want to sign the best artists in every country. So came to Uganda, I was red hot. You know what I mean? By then we'd released One and Only and songs like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, they came through, signed me, Ali Kiba from Tanzania, JK, Amani from Kenya, you know, who was like #1 over there. So we all came together as Sony artists and, you know, went to the States, did a collab, you know what I mean? Did the tour as well, knocked out the tour. And I think it was a dope little project to show people that countries can intersect. You know what I mean? That was the first project to show people that we can cross into other markets. So I think it was pretty dope at the end of the day. Yeah.
Talking about urban hip hop artists here in Uganda, you're one of the legendary artists whom we really treasure and do acknowledge. Tell us about the concert which you really did some time back, and it was a success.
Yeah, I mean like 8,500 people. You know, I can't complain. You know, like we said, Sheraton is usually reserved for
Yeah.
Afrigo Burner Boy, you know what I mean? So for me to come through and do what I did there, I know that it's a blessing. I know that it doesn't happen often. And with the genre, people are always like, oh, Navio, but you know, hip hop, people, will they attend? You saw what happened at Fake for Makers.
Yes.
You saw what happened at Navios. You saw what happened with a whole bunch of hip hop guys who are doing
Yes.
concerts, you know, back to back. I think the support has been there. And people are now seeing that actually Navio is like on his ninth show. This was my ninth successful show. So I haven't had any flops yet. So it shows the power of hip hop, and I think people are now realizing, oh my goodness, this is actually, you know, this is the genre to watch.
When you talk about hip hop artistry here in Uganda, Navio comes the first person to be treasured. Why is it that you've been a monopoly as an artist in your own competition?
I think I wouldn't say we monopolize anything. I'd say that by the time I'm there in the Nigerian Entertainment Awards, being awarded Best East African Act,
All right.
not even the Best Singer, Best Dancer, Best Rapper,
Yeah.
Best East African Act. If I'm getting an award in Nigerian Entertainment Awards,
Yes.
and I come here and get awards, I don't think it should surprise people. If I can win awards in Nigeria,
Yes.
you know, I'm definitely going to take a few here. So, I mean, anyway, I stay humble, man. I keep focused on what I do. You can't control everyone and their opinion. All I control is me and my fans. That's all I need. You know what I mean? End of the day.
It's
Buy
a,
something.
I gotta head out, guys.
One question in Uganda. Just
Yeah.
one question in Uganda.
Yeah,
Alright.
one question in Uganda. And next year, I gotta go for my award is coming.